Relationship advice. For first story is titled, I, 28 male, broke up with my ex-fiancée, 27 female, of 4 years 2 weeks ago after catching her in a huge lie, and then finding out 3 days ago that she ended herself because I wouldn't take her back. I am in need of some serious advice, as I'm being blamed for everything. Hey guys. I need some serious advice as I'm pretty much being cornered by basically everyone, and I really don't know what else to do as my mental state is declining, and I'm left wondering if it's really all my fault. A little background. Me and my ex-fiancée had been together for almost 6 years and engaged for 4 out of those 6 years. I was introduced to her by a close friend at a party, and we just clicked. She was attractive, had a great personality, and had similar hobbies as me, which made it perfect. Back in April of this year, I started noticing little changes in her. She started wearing more revealing clothes to work, started putting more makeup and etc. To be honest, I had no problem with any of that stuff, as it's her body, she can wear whatever and put however much makeup she wanted to. But what made things worse for me was, when she started coming home late from work, or how instead of spending the weekend off with me, we both had weekends off from work, she instead was always going out. I once had asked her why she never invited me to come out with her, to which she replied that it's only girls' night out, and that her other friends would not be happy if I tagged along, as they were not bringing their own boyfriends with them. It all came crashing down when me and her had a huge fight in June, because she decided that instead of going out on a date with me, she told me how she already had made plans with her friends, and that it was rude of her to cancel. That was it for me. I freaking blew up at her, and we had a huge fight which resulted in her packing her bags and leaving. I didn't hear from her for almost a week, none of her friends knew where she was, and heck, none of her folks even knew what was going on until she finally contacted me and wanted to talk. Imagine my surprise when she confessed to me that there was another guy involved, and how all this time she was hanging out with him when all this time she was lying to me about hanging with her friends. I freaking blew up. I wanted nothing to do with her, and was going to break up with her until she got on her knees and begged me to give her a second chance, which my dumbass self did, but only after she revealed everything to me, and she did. It made me freaking sick to my stomach, but in the end, I forgave her, and told her to delete all contact with the other guy, and that I expect her to have no contact with him going forward, which she promised, and things kinda went back to before. Heck, we were even spending more time together, but that feeling, that trust wasn't there anymore. Everything was kinda okay, until 2 weeks ago a friend of mine, who was visiting another city which was 3 hours from where I lived, sent me a picture with the message, "Sorry bro," that broke my already broken heart into a billion of little pieces. The picture was of my ex-fiancée at a mall 3 hours away from where we lived, holding hands with some stranger who I didn't know. I freaking broke down. I was heartbroken. She was a witch, a piece of ish, especially since I thought she was at work, while in reality she was 3 hours away holding hands with her lover. When I got home from work, I waited for her and right away confronted her, which she denied and called me a psycho for not believing her, and that I was a piece of ish for not trusting her, until I showed her the picture that my friend sent me. Her face told me everything, and when the waterworks started, I knew that I had made a huge mistake in taking her back, so I ended it. She cried and freaking begged me to think it over, and not to throw away everything that we have together, which made me freaking angry, and I'm not going to lie, but I freaking slapped her. I was not proud, I'm still not, but she saying crap like, not to throw away everything when it was her who threw away everything, pissed me off. I told her to pack her stuff and leave, called her parents and mine and told them everything. Her parents came to help her, and I told them to basically screw off, after they told me to think it over and to make the right decision before actually ending it. She begged me not to end things, but I did, had to for my own peace of mind. I did not hear from her or her parents, until 3 days ago when my parents called me to let me know, that ex-fiancée had ended herself. Her parents found her hanging, and she had left a letter apologizing to everyone, including my parents and me, and how she is sorry from the bottom of her heart for what she did to me, and that how she can't live without me, and because of that she ended it. I am at a freaking loss. Ex-fiancée's friends and family are blaming me, and my own mother told me that it was my fault. She told me that I should have forgiven her, since I'm clearly worth ending herself over. I am freaking disgusted. I have currently taken some time off from work, and have not a single clue what to do. Now for the top advice. You took her back. You forgave her. She lied again, and turned it on you, holding past transgressions over her. If it weren't for that picture, she would have kept lying. She was actively trying to manipulate you into thinking you were wrong, and she was the victim. I think she realized she lost you for good, and it drove her to do what she did. Her parents are grief-stricken. They want to blame anyone for this. In the end, their daughter had mental health issues. Your mother, being a mother, feels their pain, and also for some reason I don't understand, wants to blame someone. I'm sorry for your loss. Ex or not, this woman meant something to you. Talk to the friend who gave you the heads up. Seems like he was the only one who really wanted what is best for you. If need be, seek therapy just to sort through everything. This is hugely traumatic for you. You even feel remorse for slapping her in a moment of complete betrayal. You have no reason to own what she did. You owned up to emotions overtaking you, and hitting her. You have nothing else to own up to. I wish you the absolute best in this difficult time. OP, clearly you not only have your friend, but from the looks of the comments the support of many commenter. I'm glad my words were of some help. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. Friend who sent me the picture has been coming over every day, to look over me. He's a true bro, and once I'm in a better state of mind, then I'll be rewarding him for being here for me when my own blood aren't. Just so you know, it wasn't your fault that she ended it. You just did what any person would do when faced with a cheater. She ended her own life with her own hands, and I think her friends and family need to realize that. They most likely will after the grief has passed. If need be, please seek therapy, because I can only imagine the grief and shock you're in right now. If you start to feel alone and you need a friend, just shoot me a message. I know I'm basically a stranger, but sometimes just talking to someone gets you through another day. I agree. OP, you did what any sane person would do. Even forgiving her for the first time is understandable and acceptable. But at last it was her choice to, as you said, throw away everything you had, and finally, to choose to end it as an escape from the consequences she never imagined coming, but would have come eventually. I don't want this to sound wrong here, but be glad this entire thing happened before you got married. Also, I am in with the above commenter. If you need someone to talk to, shoot me a message too, I'll be glad to help. And if by nothing else possible, by listening to you or sending you puppy and kitten photos to distract your mind. Not your fault. She made the choice to cheat, she made the choice to take her own life. Not your fault. You also did the right thing in leaving her. She shouldn't have been cheating, and there's no way you could have known the outcome. Listen here, buddy. Even ignoring the fact that it was her who threw your relationship out the window the moment she decided to cheat on you, never ever let anyone blame you for something she decided to do on her own free will. We're all responsible for our own actions. How we choose to react based on what people do or say, is 100% on us, not on them. Every single person blaming you for something like someone else taking their own life, is the biggest piece of human garbage, and you should immediately cut contact with those freaking scumbags. And your mom is the biggest piece of crap of them all. How the hell does she dare to blame her own child for someone else having taken their own life? How in the name of everything that is holy, could she fathom making you carry such a massive psychological burden? That's genuinely, one of the most immoral things a parent could possibly do to their own children. I haven't spoken to my mom since. I cried when she said that to me. Of course you cried. Any sane person would. I am very sorry she put you through this, but in no way, shape or form, is any of this your fault. Every single sane person would have dumped her just as you did, if we were in your shoes. And your mom should have been the first person to tell you that. It's just absolutely mind-boggling, that a parent could blame their own child for someone else's decision to end themselves. I didn't cry when my mother told me she got sick and was going to die because of me. I was 18 at the time, but it killed something in me. Now for the next story. Update. I, 28 mil, is about to propose to my girlfriend, 28 female, of 7 years, but then I discovered something. Need advice. Original story. We've been together for 7 years, and we've been really happy together. She's sweet, loving, and caring. She's already been close to my family, and me to hers. We are really connected to each other, same passion, same likes and dislikes, we frequently travel together and all. We rarely fight, and when we do, we resolve issues quickly. It's like a perfect relationship. We've been steady, we're genuinely happy in love. Just when I was already contemplating on proposing to her, I felt like she's gone cold for the past month. Just this Valentine's, we were on top of the world surprising one another with gifts and sweet nothings. But the following weeks felt different. Her "I love yous" weren't as enthusiastic. The way she talks and communicates with me feels different. She easily gets upset over trivial things. She seems to be a different person all of a sudden. I actually asked her what's wrong, but she assures me everything is okay, and something is just bugging her. I asked again, but it seems she doesn't want to open up. She assures me though that she loves me very much. Then, just recently, like 4 days back, I was reminded that she has a spare phone just sitting on my drawer. Phone was dead and was not used for almost a year. So I grabbed on a charger, booted it up. And it so happened that her Google account is still logged in on the device. Curious, I went to see what she's been up to lately, then I discovered her recent searches/history in Google and YouTube. I was shocked, and I don't know how to react. The searches go like this. I cheated on him. I cheated on him many times. I cheated, should we break up? Breaking up a long-term relationship. And so on. The searches were dated February 15th onwards. Almost every day she looks on the same searches and other related topics. I am devastated discovering this. I cannot eat, I cannot sleep. But I haven't confronted her about this. What should I do? Do I need to confront her? We are currently far apart now due to work, but we will be seeing each other next week. I am confused, I am in shock, I don't know how to react. Please help. Before we read the updates, let's read the top advice first. Do not marry someone who cheated on you. You will never get over the resentment. I went through the same thing as OP at about year 6, and continued the relationship. Broke up finally year 10. That trust will never be the same, unfortunately. This is the best advice in the thread. You need to end this now and not waste any more time. Yeah. Cheating is a deal breaker. There's always some hope that we all maintain that we can fix it. But, having been cheated on, that trust will never come back. Never. Of course. You need to confront her. The internet community won't solve this issue. Either you need to be forceful when telling her you feel something is wrong or different, and you need to know, to get her to confess, or you need to be direct and tell her how you know and be prepared for the consequences. Either way, you need answers from her. Yeah, confront her. You don't know why she was looking it up. It looks super bad and it likely is, but the least you should do is confront her. Hell, if my wife saw some of the Google searches I look up to respond to questions on this sub, many I've linked, she'd likely be pretty paranoid. Thank you all for your advice, they are very much appreciated. I read them all. I'm just completely shattered right now, and can't think straight. Everything is happening so fast, I just can't believe that everything we built for 7 years could be gone in a snap just like that. I will confront her personally once we see each other next week. Right now, I will just have to bear the agony of waiting and pretending that I have no idea yet what's going on with her. I'm a mess. Thanks all. Breaking it off at 7 is far better than breaking it off after 10 to 15 to 20 years. You got out just in time. Or getting married, and losing half your stuff. Now for the update. I don't think there is a need for me to see her again next week. So, here's what happened. She texted me she got home and about to sleep at 11:44 p.m. She's closing deals in another city and has to rent a place. I tried to FaceTime her 11:51 p.m. just to say goodnight, she didn't pick up. I tried messaging her but no response. Remember that spare phone that's with me where her Google account is logged in? I browsed on her activity history quickly, to find out what she's up to, and was surprised there's a Google Assistant command recorded at 11:48 p.m. I played and listened. There's her voice and a voice of another guy. They were goofing around at the Google Home device. So yeah. I confronted her and barraged her with a lot of messages. She only replied at around 1 a.m. She kept on denying she's cheating. Then I laid all the evidences, all the screen caps and even the audio clip recording from the Google Assistant. She finally admitted. I am single. Now let's read some comments before we end. Sucks that even with damning evidence out there, she would still deny it. Better off for you, bro. My, obviously now ex-boyfriend's mom posted on Facebook about how he'd gotten engaged on their Disney trip. When I called and asked him, he tried to convince me his mom was making it up, and only caved when I asked if he wanted me to call her. Cheaters panic when they're caught out. They don't realize how insane their denials sound. It must be tough admitting out loud to being a scumbag. Wait. So, he not only cheated on you, but he proposed to the other woman? Did his mom know he was stringing 2 girls along? Did you tell his fiancée? So sorry for what you've been through. This is the true start of a new phase of your life. Wish you all the best. Not only that, but don't let this destroy your trust in others. There's a lot of people in the world who would never do something like this. You got unlucky. With Dobbs said, it's a new phase, not because something ended, but because you have been given an opportunity to grow. You will eventually form a bond with someone in ways you did not expect. Love is never the same, but it is always beautiful. Keep your head up, man, you dodged a bullet. This hurts, I know. Use the pain as fuel to work on things you've always dreamed of, and put yourself first. Don't fall into the trap of feeling sorry for yourself. Lean on your friends and family and you'll make it through this stronger than ever. Definitely go no contact. Forever. If you need someone to talk/vent to, shoot me a PM. You're the man for offering to talk to OP if he needed someone to talk to. Most people just offer the advice and basically they see ya. Made me feel good you offered this to him. Much love, bro. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day, everyone.